Welcome to Enjoy Life TV with me, Jenny Goldberg. I am here to show you some cool ways to enjoy life. Tonight, you will see how to enjoy life through music. I'm currently in New York City at Euphoria Studios, where I will be interviewing pianist Erick Lewis, who is also known as ELEW. He grew up surrounded by pianos and music teachers. His mother and grandmother taught the entire neighborhood how to play. In 1999, he won the prestigious Thelonious Monk International Piano Competition and went on to play with jazz luminaries such as Elvin Jones and Wynton Marsalis. He was also a member of the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra. Today, he has created a whole new genre of music called rock jazz, a fusion of pop, rock, and ragtime. Welcome, everyone. I would like to take this moment to welcome sheer genius to the show, Erick Lewis, also known as ELEW. Thank you for being here.
Hey, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I'm going to go with this question. You just played.
Yeah.
And watching you, you seem to be, you go somewhere else when you play. It's very amazing to watch your face. Where are you when you're playing? Are you thinking of the music, or are you, out of body? Explain, when people watch.
Sure. Well, a lot of it is my personal nostalgia for the song that I've selected. So I'm thinking about the lyrics, I'm thinking about the goals of the song itself, the intent and the power of the song, the elegance or the romance or the passion of the song. So I'm focused on that endpoint. That's my vanishing point, if we put it into a visual art perspective. That's the point on my mental screen that all the other perspectives are based around. It's the anchor point. And so from there, that anchor point gives direction to all the other points, like how do I position myself at the piano, how do I stand, how do I go for this next section, how do I manage the dynamics, how loud do I make it, how soft do I make it.
Your music, if you had to describe your music in words, how would you describe the sound?
Beethoven meets Jimi Hendrix.
Can you give a little example?
I take the power chords of the guitar and I translate them directly to the piano. So stuff like, let's say Smells Like Teen Spirit, for instance. Instead of playing it, instead of playing the bass line like that, I say,
So how do you find, what is the reaction of your musical peers to you, meshing two genres?
I get very little feedback from my musical peers, meaning guys who are in the same field as me per se, because most of them are jazz heads, and so part of being a jazz head is really feeling like jazz is the primary thing, and rock and the other pop forms of music are essentially damned with faint praise. And so, if anything, they might enjoy the urban sounds a little more than they enjoy the rock sounds. They might favor towards that because jazz comes from an urban kind of consciousness anyway, so it's less of a stretch, less of a leap. However, in general, what I've gotten from most of them is in the positive is that they enjoy the fact that I've struck out on my own. I've created my own thing that is very customized to my sensibilities that were present even when I was playing straight jazz.
When you play, I saw you play a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And you stand.
Yes.
Not many piano players stand when they play. So why do you choose to engage so physically when you play?
Well, once again, branding. However, it's equal parts cold logic and branding, and then equal parts creativity. Once I understood the principle, then I found freedom in being creative about it. Once I understood that I needed to have a name for my style, then I said, okay, well now I can be creative and figure out a name to call it. Once I figured out that I needed to have a distinctive name, like Yanni, the top name in the piano business, or Liberace, then I could go about the creative task of figuring out, okay, well, how do I creatively obey this rule and have fun with it?
So how do you avoid a burnout? I mean, there's so much going on, so much physical, mental focus all at once for every song. How do you decompress and completely?
Well,
how do you stay fresh? I guess that's
the funny thing,
question.
the funny thing about it is that through all that rigor, the song itself is invigorating. So there's the simultaneity of something that's exhausting me, but also inspiring me. So there's suffering and ecstasy going on at the same time. It's that kind of a thing. So then it starts to take on those passionate, almost erotic qualities, characteristics, because that's one place we experience those kinds of contrary dynamics. However, that's the quality of it. So even though I'm suffering, I'm sweating, I've got aches and pains, but still the euphoria or the ecstasy of it all and the joy that's going on, and then the rapport with the audience, what we're sharing, all these things, it all starts to become something that is worth the sacrifice of a little pain here, a little sweat here, a little fear here, this, that, and the other. So it all starts to come together a certain sort of way.
Well, thank you so much. I feel completely blessed to be in your presence. It was outstanding. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. I hope to see you again.
Me too.
Thank you.